All right, let's do this before I run out of time. It is Friday, May 8th, 2026. Let's start with the S&P. Nearest strike high, 74.80, 74.01, closing up 61 points, 0.8%. Nearest strike high, RSI is at 74, is overbought. We now have three little downside gaps from this week. Three. I guess we can assume that little gap's closed. Purple gap here, forget about that one. That's not gonna get tagged anytime soon. Ceasefire gap, nope. It's gonna sit there, right, until probably the flip side of Labor Day. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back to this after Labor Day, right? That's what I'm resigned to. And again, there's another one here. Red gap, the original uh, pop, and then off we just kept on going. So this gap's going to need to be dealt with probably sooner or later. But again, not until the flip side of Labor Day, right? VIX. I will say the VIX did settle up, which is unusual for a Friday. And even though it's a black candle, I think we have a good chance of if the market's upset about anything in the Middle East this weekend, don't be surprised if the VIX is around 1920 on Monday. That looks kind of probable, actually. And if I'm correct about that, then equities should open down. Yeah, that looks interesting notion. And again, no doubt about it. We're on a cyclically low end. We have a potential, increasing potential to at least pop to around 20 threshold. I would accept that 21s, 22s, that looks a stretch. 25, 26 is unlikely unless you get a sunken US naval ship. But of course, we don't want that, right? Let's flash through some interesting stocks. And boy, do we have some interesting movers today. Oh my God. Apple, new historic high. Wedbush are looking for $400. Looks realistic in maybe April, August, September. Archer Aviation, they actually have earnings Monday evening, which should be okay. I'm open to the notion this pops into the eights. I'm not going to get involved though. It's a tiny company. Uh, I think the mine's bouncing. I will note this week did see a distinct rebound off the 200 day. That's pretty good. American Eagle, don't care. First Majestic, it was up 2.3%. Again, it's a black candle, but maybe we'll be down on Monday for briefly. AMD, look at that. Right, 11.4%, 456. This stock was 192 just late March. And look at this gap here. I guess that was the earnings gap, right? Yeah. Wild. Amazon, up 0.6. You can argue structures a baby bull flag. AST Space Mapper. Now this was up 14.5%. This was clearly dragged up by Rocket Lab. The last few days have been a real mess. Thursday ended horribly. Thursday's candle was actually bearish engulfing, which did not play out, of course, because we opened positive today and were pulled upwards by Rocket Lab. Again, I would be open to maybe a little bit if the main market is broadly down early Monday, then maybe this can come back down to around 72, 71, maybe 70 on a stretch. I would be a buyer on consideration. Target would be, if I can get in around 72 or lower, my target would be around 85. Earnings are Monday after hours, so I think there's a potential here for a jump to around 85. There's a trade there in my view. Note that my volume was up today because a lot of hysteria due to Rocket Lab. Momentum is due to turn positive on Monday. Now, if the main market opens down and ASTS is down 4-5% early Monday, then daily momentum might not turn positive until Tuesday. But the setup leans bullish. The natural target would be around 84, 85, which is 13-14% up. I like this one. The company is doing good work. They're very tiny company, smaller than Rocket Lab, but I think there's good potential here. I like them. Also, the only thing to note is that unlike Rocket Lab, AST was not able to hold for 200-day recently. You can see it bounced there, reversal candle, bounced there, and there, but you know, last week it did break below briefly. You could argue maybe it's just a fake out, but anyway, I do lean net bullish, and I will strongly consider buying this on Monday if it can maybe cool back a little bit. Moving on, American Express. Yeah, the financials are struggling today. Don't know why. Barrick Gold's up. Actually, Barrick Mining up 3%. Earnings are due early Monday. It should be excellent. So that has a good potential for upside on Monday, especially if gold is up as well. Boeing up 2.7. Don't care. Financials are down. This one's not though. BlackRock was up 1.6. That's actually the first close above a 200-day since February. God, there's so many of these. Caterpillar up 0.2, but that's a black candle. That's bearish for Monday. Again, forgive me for storming through these, but I haven't got all day or night. Coinbase up 4%. Earnings are terrible. It's kind of a wonder that this candle is actually bullish engulfing. I don't like it. They're going to have to cut their prices to match Schwab and Morgan Stanley. Decker's down 2%. People can't afford to choose. Thursday's candle was black and spiky from a 200-day. Disney was down 0.6. Short-term bearish for Monday. That's a bearish engulfing candle for energy transfer. Google up 0.7, new historic high. Nothing bearish there. Home Depot, that's lousy, down 1.6% on a Friday with the main market up. That's terrible. Heckler, that is it's not a black candle. Intel, the lunacy continues, 13.9%. This is madness, but it's been madness since, I guess you could say, relative to the RSI, it's been madness since early April. This is ridiculous. The valuation is roughly a PE of 90 right now. It's madness. Joby, oh look at that! It did actually get a bounce. I didn't get around to looking at this one today. It was on my buy list. 8.5%. Teal gap's got to get filled. Probably going to get to the 200-day within a week or two. Yeah, another financial down. KKR up though. I guess because of tech strength. Wow. McDonald's down 2.8%. Look at this. This is dive bombing. I mean, earnings weren't bad either, right? But you can see they're just selling off the restaurants. I don't blame them either. I am absolutely bearish all the restaurant stocks into the fall. I think there is a societal collapse in terms of people going out. People not the average sheep is not going out anymore. They're just giving up because they can't afford it. Gasoline is hugely expensive, even more in the UK and Europe. Got to be bearish restaurants. That's a bearish engulfing candle in MP Materials. Microsoft stalling. Micron up another 15%. Wild. Netflix down a little bit, bearish for Monday. Nike's down again. This is terrible performance. Nvidia up. Actually, it did print a new historic high. Ondas has earnings next week. It's an interesting one to consider. Oracle was initially down, but it did recover. I'm not a fan of that one. I think that company is a zero. Occidental is down 1.7 because the oil was down, right? Pan American Silver, that's no, it's not a black candle, but Charlie Share was up 0.5%. PayPal down. Red Cat, they had okay earnings. Well, maybe up a cent. Nobody cares about that. Don't care about Transocean. Okay, I've been creating new charts for Rocket Lab, so I do even have a 5-minute. So we had a opening jump. This is a 5-minute chart, so keep that in mind. Little chop and then pushing up to. What am I saying? Oh god, this is the wrong bloody chart. I need to fix that. Oh my god. This one's right now. 15-minute on Rocket Lab. So there's the opening jump. notably above the Thursday opening high. Yeah. And you see we held on a 15-minute, we held above the 10 MA all day. We did test it there. You see there was people coming in and selling a teeny bit, but then they ramped it up again. And I mean, look at the closing candle. Nothing bearish. I mean, look at the RSI above 70 the entire day. It's wild. And we're not on a 15-minute. Cyclically, we're on the low end. So that's, bodes bullish for Monday. But on a 60-minute, we're on the high end. So there's no, this is not the time to be buying. The time to be buying was Thursday evening, right? Or what was I doing? I was buying it early Wednesday there. When it went up, I could have sold for a gain and bought it back on Thursday, but I kind of just held all the way across to here. Sold it way too early, of course. Oh my God, but hey. I'm trying not to get too annoyed to buy it because the bigger perspective is what matters. Here's Rocket Lab on a daily. Just a monstrously powerful candle. We do have a downside gap. I've not marked it on here, but you know where it is. And we did print a new historic high today. 105. 105. Again, on a daily, on a close-up version, note that daily momentum turned positive today. Well, I was babbling about this on when actually I was probably talking about it on Monday, all the way through till today. You get the biggest moves when momentum turns positive every single time. So look, we have a downside gap, 86.78. Frankly, I don't think there's any realistic chance that we're going to get back to tag this. I've actually said it once or twice already today. I don't think we're going to tag that gap until after Labor Day. I think we're going to do it, but between Labor Day and the midterms. And that Thursday candle was a fake out, wasn't it? What? I mean, the main market was down on Thursday, but still, that was you got to wonder. I asked the question today to people: how many retail traders were bailing because of this candle, and then the next day they see it gap up and just power upwards, like insane. You can imagine how mad these people are. I mean, I'm annoyed for getting out around here, 87, which is ridiculously low compared to where we went. But I did buy it on I bought it on Monday as well. See, I bought it on Monday at that low there. I was buying in the 78s, I think, on Monday. I sold it, I don't know, for a 10% gain around here. Anyway, I mean, Rocket Lab, ASTS, bullish into the SpaceX IPO. Again, I don't know when this is. I'm waiting for them to announce a date, but I don't think we're going to get a date for maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks probably. Maybe not until early June. Anyway, moving on from Rocket Lab without driving myself insane because that gain is shockingly powerful. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Tesla, yeah, 4% up. I mean, a little green gap here around 470. Never did get filled. That looks pretty easy. Uh, Probably not this month, probably in June instead. United Airlines, a touchdown, but you can start looking for maybe teal gap. Again, probably in June, perhaps. Don't care about that. UPS, don't care. Exxon. Again, structure. We have a multi-week bear flag. What are we looking at here? 127. That's starting to look probable. Look at it. That is a very nice bear flag. Gold and silver, I'll cover at the weekend. I will briefly note oil. So officially, I'm gonna just look at USO instead. Look at the attempt. Look at the bounce from 127 to 136. All this chop around this giant gap. So we can't get back above this. The market is not willing to buy oil, and it's kind of reflective of myself. I mean, I sold. I sold. Oh yeah, I sold as of last Friday, right? I held a position across last weekend, and I sold on my position there on that black candle. Ironically, then there was news in Monday morning, and all spiked up to tag green gap, but then gap down on Tuesday, big gap down on Wednesday, chop chop chop. Actually, that's what day is that? Friday, Thursday, Wednesday. So you get gap down on Wednesday, and another gap down on Thursday, bounce, and then today's just basically chop since Thursday morning. This isn't good. There's a downside gap here to 118. That kind of looks probable. I will say that today's candle is a reversal candle. So I would be open to maybe it could be up $7 on Monday to tag the 10 of May. $7 would be what? 5.5% or so. So I would be open to all up 5% on Monday. If that's the case, equities will be down to some extent. But I can't be. I'm not getting involved in oil right now. I'm going to just focus on the space stocks into the SpaceX IPO. I think that's where the more straightforward money can be made. Anyway, without babbling on any further, because most of you have an attention span no longer than about 20 seconds. So I can't resist. But that's how it is. YouTube tells me exactly how many seconds and minutes you people listened for. Some of you listen to the whole thing, and that's okay. If you want to skip ahead, that's okay. I don't mind, but yeah, your attention span is extraordinarily limited. Disappointing, but that's how it is, right? These days, everybody is like looking for the most exciting content. And yeah, nobody gave a damn about Rocket Lab on Monday morning except me. Nobody cared about Rocket Lab on Wednesday when I was buying it again. No one cared about Rocket Lab on Thursday evening. And now they care about it though. Aren't traders strange? They really are. Anyway, for what it's worth, have a good weekend. Be good.